You kill
I watched the whole thing, man. Like, obviously, without it being blurred out, because obviously I can't show it because of YouTube. Bruh, not only was I pissed, at obviously, Rampage, Jackson's son, Rager, but I was also pissed at the ref. At the ref, at his colleagues, for not interfering. Why did it take so long for someone to jump in? Especially that ref, bro. Why did it take so long?
You gonna get banned for it? It was really bad? That's what y'all was saying. They said it was bad. I hope it was staged. I hope it staged because sometimes people do hardcore.
Oh my God, I wish I could say that that was the dumbest thing that's happened on Kick streaming in a long time. But let's not forget about the situation that happened last week. So we can say that this.
Wow.
The second stupidest thing, and we've got to talk about it. So that was Baja Jackson, the son of Rampage Jackson. If you don't know who Rampage Jackson is, I can put him safely on the list of top 10 scary.
I thought his name was Raja, but it's Baja, but yeah.
Scariest men I know. Like, he's up there with Genghis Khan, Mike Tyson, Raja Ghul, and whoever else you want to name. Just like everybody else in 2020.
Bro, you're not serious. Bro, this guy's not serious.
They want to get into streaming, but they don't understand what streaming is. I mean, clearly you would think that a mix between wrestling, which we know to be staged, and streaming, which we know to be staged, would land better results. But my God, people just don't understand. They want to be as extreme as possible. So when I saw this video of this young man knocking this guy out, punching him, and seeing and hearing that he had potentially ended this man's life, I know that sounds crazy, but that's literally how the whole world saw it. I knew I had to do some deep diving and some researching as to how we even got here. Why are they streaming in the first?
Man, the reason for it's dumb. Obviously, I'm not gonna spoil for those who haven't seen, but man, it's just dumb, and I don't even think it's. I refuse to believe that he simply did that for the sake of views and streaming. No, it's a lot more deeper than that. It's a lot mental, very very mental, man. The guy needs help, man. Bro, I think not to say Rampage Jackson is a bad dad, but he's not helping his son, with the exposure to, women, alcohol, maybe substances. I don't know. I wouldn't go that far, but obviously definitely women, because obviously we've seen streams where him and his dad, talk and interact, like obviously they're boys, which is good, like they're besties, which is good, but then like the type of conversation that they have, like it's literally always about women. You fuck this, you fuck that, you fuck my bitch, blah blah blah. This, like, bro. So yeah, like I kind of think his dad is not really helping with that situation, with him being not mentally right. But hey, maybe I'm just talking shit. But from what I've seen, bro, to do something to someone like that after the person apologized and accepted it, bro, that's just pretty evil. That there has to be something wrong with you.
First place, and what the hell is happening on Kick the platform? I think it needs to be understood that Rampage Jackson himself was quite the extreme UFC wrestler. He's a personality. Some of it can be very, very inappropriate, but even his tame stuff lets us know that he is a very, very wild boy.
Notice I'm being good around her. There was no motorboats here. I'm not even looking at those titties. I'm keeping my eyes off them. Not even looking that way.
I would say congratulations, because I do think that you put on a good performance tonight, but that was good. Yeah.
Oh, I keep forgetting the cameraman is the hubby. But let me shake your hand.
Wow.
Let me shake your hand.
The disrespect is crazy. He was doing that right in front of her husband or boyfriend or whatever. That's crazy. And she liked it. Look how she's giggling and smiling. And this guy is taking the piss. He's still looking down there. And look at her smiling. She's loving it. That's insane.
Titties jiggle.
In front of the husband is insane. Not only
So what's husband? Man. But what's he gonna do? What's husband gonna do? Bruh. Rampage Jackson's gonna beat the living hell out of you. Because at that point, Rampage Jackson wasn't in his prime. He was like the champion and that kind of stuff. Bro, like, what are you gonna do? Man.
you have to be out for your rocker to be a UFC fighter, but the added personality of Rampage Jackson just means that he had a clear second career as a kick streamer lined up for him once he retired. And as the old saying,
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, just seeing that, man, like I said, man, like his dad is not helping the situation like the mental state his son is currently in with. Just there's more to life than women, man. More to life than just simply sex and partying and free something that kind of stuff, man. And his dad being who he is, clearly very sexual, is not helping that, man. He's not helping him.
And goes like father, like son. So it makes sense that his offspring would be just as wild as him, making for a seemingly entertaining duo that everybody would want to consume on their free time.
Yeah, I had a good time.
I like your tattoos.
Son, stop flirting with the nice lady.
She look good.
Don't
You look very, very
son,
good.
don't be respectful. Don't be disrespectful. Don't flirt with the lady at her job.
Oh, my bad.
Listen,
Have a
you
nice
can't
day.
flirt with every beautiful woman you see.
I'm sorry, she look good.
You trying to impregnate grannies and stuff now? I'm worried about you, son.
One of the new trends that I'm noticing in streaming is that everybody has a side character. And it's not to be disrespectful. Kai has had a plethora of them, you know, Rakai, Ray, Little Rodney's son. Agent has had Marcus, Waleed, Caleb, all these people in his content. Duke has always had Davo. Phantom has always had his cousins. And to an extent, DDG has had Dub. Some of the best things about comedy are that B-man, that person that brings that content out of the A-man, and they both get their recognition and their clout and their fame and stuff like that. Rampage and his son, though, have a different dynamic. Not only can they bring the funnies out of each other, but there is that father-son element that can also bring the serious moment that has people entrenched into the content even more.
I'll get you like a beautiful Asian wife.
No, it didn't work for you.
Because of you, I sacrificed my marriage to get custody of you. That's why it didn't work. She was like, ain't no kid living in my house. I was like, fuck that. I'm taking my son. Let's go.
Oh wow, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know why she would say that, but fair enough.
Because of you. So you can't troll me on that one. And his oldest son, whole life, I knew them two wasn't going to college. And my two Japanese kids, I knew.
What's my Jap? What was I about to say? Jap Ed, bro. I was gonna call these kids Jap Nick. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy.
They was going to college. So I saved up college tuition for the two Japanese kids and bail money for Roger and his brother. So don't fuck with him.
W father-son dynamic? I don't know. But this is where that father and son dynamic gets misconstrued and leads them down the path where Raja takes his rage out on somebody else and knocks a man out clean cold. The only way that you'll understand what happened is if you understand the dynamic. There's stuff that happens when you're a part of a family. You get the funnies off that only your family members can get off.
I ain't gonna be cooking for 3 days.
You ain't gonna cook for me for 3 days?
No, not 3 days, bro. Not 3 days. Today, that's it. It's today. I got you today.
No. What about all those years I fed you, nigga?
Nigga, you fed me ravioli and shit. I'll feed you ravioli and shit too.
I don't know how to cook.
Exactly.
I did the best I could, son. I was a single dad. I don't know how to fucking cook.
Yes.
How you gonna be a fighter and not eat meat? Do you know how frustrating this shit is? I don't understand you, nigga. I don't understand you.
This all started with the bullying gimmick, and the problem with the bullying gimmick is that it only exists if both parties are aligned with how far we're going. Now, that's easier when you are siblings or easier when you're related to get off, but because Rampage Jackson's son and the pro wrestler were not aligned in a father-son relationship, the bullying could only go but so far before he actually snapped. But before we even got that far, it started off being something simple, you know, amateur wrestling doing amateur wrestling things.
What, you don't know me?
Hell no. Yeah.
Hey, hey, I think that's a little... Oh, you don't... Easy. He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah, what the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it? No, he's not a fucking worker, bro.
What the fuck was that? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro.
You see, I think I figured out where the miscommunication came in. You see, the thing about wrestling is that it's fake. And I know I hate to burst people's bubbles, but we have to have this clear and quite
What? Wrestling is fake? I did not know that.
transparent conversation. Wrestling is fake. So when the beer can gets smashed,
I mean, yeah, it is fake, but to a certain extent, like there are certain things that are genuinely real. Because why else are they getting injured? And all those acrobatic things you see them doing backflips, that kind of stuff, like that is real. So
onto Raja Jackson's head, the other
I would say 50-50. 50% real and 50% fake. or maybe 40% real and 6% fake, but nonetheless, they put a lot of effort into the art.
Wrestler is assuming that he's going to sell it. He even goes as far as saying, "Are you going to sell it?" This is him acknowledging that, hey, we're promoting the fight. Like, I can see that you're live. We're trying to drum up some audience, like they do in WWE, where they cut those different promos. Like when Booker T comes on
Okay, I was wondering what he meant when he said sell it. Okay, now makes sense.
and says, "Hogan, I'm coming for you, nigga." That is selling it. That is selling a fight. That is promoting it. But the difference is that one, Raja comes from the streaming world where he thinks that everything is real, even though it's not. Two, he comes from the UFC world where everything is absolutely real. And three, streaming has rotted people's brains. Like, there's no other way to actually put this. The fact that he thought that that was real, the fact that he thought he broke that can on his head was real, is just a testament as to how far we've gone.
It has something to do with streaming, bro. No, that's why I disagree. It has something to do with streaming. It's simply his upbringing. It's clear his upbringing, because from the interaction I've seen between him and his dad, like, one thing they clearly both do not stand for, and what probably was instilled to him, is disrespect. It's any form of disrespect. So, obviously, I would like to believe, I still can't pronounce his name properly, Raja, like, anyways, yeah, Rampage Jackson's son did know that this guy was acting. He knew deep down that, yo, this is not real. This guy is just doing his job. But his ego and pride will not let him accept and face reality and acknowledge that, yo, this guy is just acting. He's just doing his job. There's no way, I refuse to believe that you pulling up to a WWE wrestling event, anything, someone would just randomly start fighting you. Bro, nah, bro. Literally, like, even as he did that, everyone was just laughing and giggling, blah, blah, blah. And like I said, he said, "Are you not going to sell it?" Like, bro, like, there's no, I refuse to believe that. But obviously, his ego and pride took the better of him. Most likely, very likely, due to the upbringing he had with his dad. That, nah, even though I know this is fake and didn't mean it's not real, nah, my ego and pride is not going to accept this. I'm going to take it personal. That's what it was, man. It has nothing to do with streaming or anything. It's simply his upbringing. That's what it is.
In streaming, it is just so stupid that he can't even see that this is him trying to promo and sell a fight at a wrestling match. Is he idiotic? Psycho Stu is the wrestler in question, and it's quite interesting because he apologized to Raja multiple different times, saying that, hey, I thought we were cutting the promo here. I apologize. I apologize. I apologize.
Kalia, Rampage. That's how we
No, bro.
Go ahead, Sue. This is all good. Because he always think it's a work, dude. Fucking seal that.
Yeah. Hey,
I'm sorry, bro. Hey, it's going to all work out, dude.
I appreciate it.
I didn't know. I thought you were
I get it.
I need to really
He even said, "I get it." Bro, I'm telling you, bro. It was his ego and pride, his upbringing, bro. His upbringing and, like, the relationship dynamic he has with his dad. Like, it's not helping the guy, man. It's not helping the kid, man. He's not right up there, man.
really hammer home
And it's a shame. And it looks like he genuinely, like, you know, I actually believe and think this kid's actually, I don't even know how old he is, I think, but probably very young, like early 20s, I reckon. But I can tell that, yo, he's genuinely a nice kid. A nice kid. But I think it's his upbringing, man. Like, not having the motherly love that he needed, not having his dad, you know, like teach him the right morals and principles, and, like, not to say, like I said again, I'm not going after Rampage Jackson. I'm not saying he's a bad dad. I'm not saying, obviously he was saying that then he had to raise his own kid by himself. He did a fantastic job. I'm just saying, like, there's certain things that were missing, because obviously Rampage Jackson is Rampage Jackson. He's a wild guy, so, like, certain things that are normal to him would not be normal, like, for people like me or yourself, basically. So, like, that's why I probably think, like, you might probably, like, misconstrue, like, normality / reality to a certain extent, and which, again, like, I'm gonna fall back to this again, which is the fact that, like, a lot of conversation he has with his son is all about sex. It's very, very sexualized. Like, right, whenever I see videos, clips of him and his son, it's all I ever see and hear is just sex, bro. Like, sometimes I see and hear some motivation stuff, but, like, other than that, it's just sex. Oh my god, she's beautiful. Oh my god, blah blah. Or you slept with one of my girls, blah blah blah. Free some this. I got my ass eaten. You got your ass eaten, bro. Nah.
Established the fact that Psycho Stu thought that this was fake. All 100% of this was fake. Because what happens next makes everything seem like a lie from Rampage Jackson's son Raja, and it makes it feel like he was really emboldened and empowered to make this like some sort of real situation. He goes on to say later on in the stream, knowing that he would be jumping into the ring at some point during this fight, that the promoters allegedly told him, yo, get in the...
Bro, apparently so, bro. Apparently, so I need to see some receipts for that, because if that's true, that is crazy. Then the owner needs to be held accountable just for that. And apparently, even a wrestler even said, "Oh, go in there and jump in and like mess him up, basically." Bro.
The ring and actually start hitting this guy.
Tell you guys this, they told me to hit him and just leave. Somebody who pulled me off of him will leave. I'm telling you, I'm gonna hit him as many times as I can. Watch. No, they didn't tell me to fake hit him. They said I could hit him for real. Yeah, they allowed me to hit him for real.
That doesn't sound right to me. Now, as crazy as this is about to sound, I've actually been to wrestling camp. I've been in a wrestling school and stuff like that and learned the ropes, no pun intended, from semi-pro and professional wrestlers before.
This is what they did. This is what they did earlier. So I'm gonna throw you on the rope and then I'm gonna do this, but you duck it.
Okay.
And that's gonna be the start of it. But we just gotta feel each other out, right?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
So
Shouts out to Sniper Jones and Blackjack, my friend at the wrestling school. But I say all that to say, and I show that to show that wrestling is choreographed. It is fake. It is something that you have to talk about beforehand. It doesn't work where a promoter tells somebody something, I don't believe. Somebody as a wrestler on one side has this thing in their head, I think he made that up, and then the person that's getting the damage inflicted on them doesn't know what's going on. That's just not how it works. The reason why it doesn't work is because you get this real life bloodied mess. Now, I can't show the full clip on YouTube because there's actual blood in this. I can leave the uncensored version up on my Patreon, but just know that Rampage Jackson's son beats this man until he is bleeding. We're talking about a 6 foot, 200 pound plus kid who's been training in MMA from a Rampage Jackson. Those aren't just regular hits straight to the face, no defense. That's crazy.
Motherfuckers playing with me, bro. Real shit. One of them.
I don't want to say anything because I don't want. Yeah, YouTube.
Bitch and fucking bit me. I'm tired of everybody playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit.
You can even see the color and the stain on his shirt, man. You can even see the color, the stain on his shirt. I'm not gonna say what it is, but you know what I'm talking about.
Call me bitch and shit. Not no bitch, bro.
I told you. It was, bro, see, I told you guys. It was all about his ego and pride, man. His upbringing, bro. Ego and pride. That's ego and pride talking. Bro, he refused to face and accept reality and let his ego and pride take over and he let his ego and pride made the decision and judgment. That's all it was. It took it personal. He knew the entire time that shit was fake, man.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna stand up for myself because I'm tired of everybody playing with me, bro.
Oh.
Real shit.
See? I didn't even see this part. I haven't watched this video at all like this. See? I told you all. It's more, there's more to it. It's not, bro. It's not because of streaming. It's not because of that. No, bro. Bro, the kid is going through a lot, man. He's going through a lot. And I remember seeing a video not too long ago, I think a couple of days before this happened, where he was sparring and some retarded ass guy decided to throw a flipping roundhouse kick against his face and hit his temple, and he started like wobbling. Like, bruh, why would you do that in sparring? Like, bro, like, not to say, oh, you don't throw roundhouse kicks in sparring. I do as well. Like when I was doing my MMA, like I was doing that as well. But that was some power behind it. Like that shit was, bruh, that was power and intention behind that kick. Basically, it wasn't like a kick where like it's like obvious, you know, like it was coming. It was a well set up play, a well set up kick. Yeah, that guy's a dick. So like he's probably also referring to that. Everyone's like, yo, testing, trying to, you know, see if they can beat him up because obviously it's Rampage Jackson's son, that kind of shit, bro. Like, bro, and yeah, man, I told you, man, it's not really there mentally.
Come on, man. We leaving, man. We walking away, bro. Let's not take it serious. Let's go. Come on, Roger. Let's go.
Let's go, Roger. Let's go. Roger, let's go. Roger, I'm telling you, let's go. You listen to me. Listen to me, Roger. You need to listen to me right now, Roger. Let's go.
I don't give a fuck. You guys trying to jump me and shit?
Let's go.
You ain't gonna do shit to me, bro.
Oh, he has actual issues. Instead of taking accountability
Really, bro? Of course he does, bro. Could you not tell?
for the man that he had just left in the ring, bloody as hell, he starts to blame everybody else for the situation.
Calm down, man. You man are acting like this. How? And firstly, I need to find out how old he even is, man. I just want to know how old he is. I just don't know how old he is. Let's look at this. Man, I just want to know how old he is. And just how his Asian kids that he has here. Oh, this one is cute. X. Bro, why is it whenever I'm trying to find somebody, gonna give me all this nonsense, bro? There we go. Where is it? Okay, 2000. Raja Rampage Jackson, 2000. The kid is 25. I mean, he's not a kid. Damn, he's only. God damn, 3 years younger than me. So yeah. Okay, I was gonna give him some leeway, but yeah, I was gonna give him some leeway, but 25. Obviously, still a young age, but I was thinking it might have been 21, 22, but 25, mid 20s, bro. Man, in my eyes, he's still a kid. I'm not trying to make an excuse for him. I'm just saying, like, based off his behavior, the way he acted and what he's doing, but clearly, he's really not there. But yeah, I gotta give it to Omzi. Yeah, that is.
People bullying him, people jumping him, people biting him. Yeah, they're doing that because you don't understand that this is a skit. This is stage. And partially, that's not your fault. I don't know if those people that were the promoters actually told you that. I'm really inclined to not believe so. But also, you come from the world of UFC where things are actually real. Even though in UFC, there is a limit to which, you would normally be punching somebody. Any good fighter would know to eventually come up off of a person. So I can't really give you...
True. Another good point. I'll give him that too, because yeah, a really good fighter, especially a trained fighter, when fighting civilian or anything, like, you should know when to stop. You should know. You have to know when to stop. And usually in an official UFC fight or official MMA fight, obviously there'll be a ref there that will intervene and stop. But even if you watch, like, UFC events, UFC fights, you will see that most times the fighters even pull their punches, like, once they realize, like, yo, like, this guy is unconscious or knocked out or, like, he's not reacting. They'll start pulling the punches. You will see that they will stop even the ref even intervenes. So, yeah, I kind of almost right with that one.
There. The only thing that I can really blame is, like, the streaming culture as a whole. It's making you do these degenerate, outrageous...
See, I'm not going to give him that excuse. Like, Omzi is saying it's the streaming culture. I think he's saying that. I'm not saying he's saying that because he's trying to be nice. What I'm trying to say is, I refuse to have him use the streaming culture as an excuse for that behavior. It is not the streaming culture. The streaming culture has nothing to do with that. This has something to do with his upbringing, with his personality, with his morals, principles, with his mindset. It has something to do with him as a human being. Nothing with the stream culture. Like, yes, there are times where, like, yes, it is due to the stream culture, but this has nothing to do with the stream culture, man. Nothing at all, man.
things to the degree. You didn't even look like you pulled punches on that man. I really hope that y'all watch this video on Patreon because he never pulled any punches. When you punch in wrestling, it is a pinky and a forearm. It's this type of motion. No, Raja went in with a full, just untouched fist. And I know he's actually crazy because even in UFC, there's some sort of wrapping or gloves around the fist. No, he just went straight, closed fist, bare knuckle. He didn't even care if he hurt himself in that situation. That boy has
He could have fucked up his goddamn flipping,
actual problems.
Shit pissed me off though, Andre.
I understand that, but now they can't wake the nigga up. He's fucking in the ring, fucking flatline, bro.
My
You
bad.
didn't have to do all that shit. I understand y'all had heat. You didn't have to fucking take it there.
I'll call you back later.
Raja only gets remorse for the situation after he finds out that the dude is still not able to be woken up at that point in time. Now, Rampage Jackson does clear up some misinformation, and we do get slightly more information as to what happened in the situation. Rampage Jackson's Twitter says, I want to clear up the misinformation about my son Raja. I've been confirmed the wrestler, Stuart Smith, aka Psycho Stu, is awake and stable. Raja was unexpectedly hit in the side of the head by him moments before Smith's match. Raja was told that he could get his payback in the ring. I thought it was a part of the show. It was bad judgment and a work that went wrong. Raja is an MMA fighter, not a pro wrestler, and has no business involved in an event like this. I don't condone my son's actions at all. He suffered a concussion from sparring only days ago and had no business
nothing that I spoke about.
is doing anything remotely close to physical contact. As a father, I'm deeply concerned with his health and the well-being of Mr. Smith. That being said, I'm very upset that any of this happened, but my main concern now is that Mr. Smith will be making a speedy recovery. I apologize on his behalf and to Kick for the situation, which is good to know. It is followed up by the organizers of the fight from Sean Ross, says, based on what I've heard, the spot with Raja Jackson at Knox Pro Wrestling was planned. However, Raja Jackson knocked the person out. Ring name, Psycho.
Oh, so it was actually planned and suggested that he would go into the ring, but he just took it too far. Wow.
Stu, and followed up with a lot of heavy punches to Psycho Stu, which were not planned to do that kind of damage. Stu was rushed to the hospital with serious injuries. We are working to find out more and have Stu in our thoughts. I mean, it's good to hear that Stu is okay. Nobody should have to endure some stuff like that. I think that there needs to be real conversation between Rampage Jackson, his son, and any pro MMA stuff, let alone his professional behaviors.
Bro, they even banned him from UFC. They banned him from all UFC events. Bro, like, so if you ever even had the thought, the idea of, joining the UFC and fight professionally, well, it's gone now, at least probably like 5 years or so.
On camera, like at the end of the day, before anything started, when you body slammed that man into the ground, you knocked him out unconscious. That should have ended anything that you had going on alone. I understand mistakes happen in wrestling, but you slammed him. You recognize that he's unconscious. Cool. There's no need to follow up with even a singular punch, but maybe you go in with one punch. Why go in with 20 more punches and then somebody attempts to pull you off of the dude, which was supposed to be in the script, and you don't come with it? No, you break free and continue to punch him. You have serious issues. I don't care what happens as they prop up Stu going forward as an Army veteran. That stuff is warranted. And honestly,
bro, he's an Army veteran and he suffers from PTSD, bro.
If it does something to make this guy Raja seem like a worse kid, hey, those are consequences of your actions. And at the end of the day, I've always got to blame the platform that allows this stupid stuff to continue to go on. I don't know how much more damage. I'm talking about real...
Man, and in this case, this has something to do with Kick, bro. This has nothing to do with Kick. You can't blame the pursuing platform. Like, most times I would say, yeah, true. But this time, this has nothing to do with Kick. Like, bro, come on. Like...
life damage at this point. We're not talking about fake damage. We're not even talking about accidental damage. We're talking about real life harm that is happening on Kick, and it's going unregulated. This stuff could have been and should have been checked a long time ago, well before they got into any of this. He's physically talking about punching the dude for real. They didn't cut...
Yeah, but what do you expect Kick to do in that situation? Do you expect Kick to now jump in through the phone, through the, I don't know, device that they're filming with, and hold them? They can't. I mean, probably the max they could have done was suspend, like instantly stop the streaming, but even then that wouldn't have stopped Raja from beating the living hell out of that person. It wouldn't have, because you clearly could see that, bro, he was pissed off. Like, bro, It's on the stream platform, man.
They kick stream halfway through. And it's crazy because I know the kick moderators are watching this. But based off of last week's actions where JP, the French streamer, dies, and this week's actions where Rampage's son goes on a rampage, I can only hope that kick comes out with like strenuous and rigorous like rules. But other than that, I can only see other kids going on rampages. And I can only see other kids not knowing the difference between real life and streaming if there is a platform that allows for this to happen.
Nah, I agree with most things, but I refuse to believe. Nah, I refuse to. The thing I basically don't agree with is him trying to blame Kick for all this. Like, no, bro. This has nothing to do with Kick, bro. These are grown-ass individuals, man. These are grown-ass individuals making dumb-ass decisions. It has nothing to do with streaming. It has nothing to do with Kick or YouTube or whatsoever. It's are dumb decisions being made by dumb people. Don't blame the platform for it.
Happen.
But anyways, man, that was a crazy event, man. But man, shout out to Omzi. Make sure you guys check him out. And bruh, guys, man, make sure you check up on your friends, man, close ones, and on yourself in particular, man. Before you even check up on anyone else, check up on yourself first. And look, it's very important the things that you have around you in the space, the things that you have in your mind, because whatever's around you will subsequently be absorbed and soaked up into your mind and will stay there. So make sure you are in a right mental state. Make sure you have the right things around you, man. With that being said, man, have a blessed week. I think I'm a little bit late. I'm gonna upload this like probably tonight. I'm a bit late with my uploads because I had a crazy bank holiday weekend. But yeah, but make sure you like and subscribe, guys, and until next time, man.